So how to spend 10K a day on Facebook ads profitably and with a good ROAS. So as you can see by these images, I've been spending 10K a day for 3 years, 4 years, consecutively and consistently. So this is August of 2022. And this was 10K a day right here. This is January of 2023, 10K right here. This is October of 23, 10K. This is April of 24, 10K. Here we do November 24, 10K, November 24, March 25, 9.7, so pretty much 10K with a much better ROAS. So anyways, I've been doing this since 2021, beginning of the year, approximately. So around 4 years already for e-commerce brands and also teaching it. And I'll just go straight into the point. So essentially at 1K a day in ad spend, or 800 a day in ad spend, or 2K a day in ad spend, you just pick the best and you scale it. As simple as that. You pick the best country, you pick the best target audience, you use your best possible angle in your ads, and you pick one ad creative format. That's it. And with that, you can get to 1K a day. Then at 10K a day, you've got to become the best at multiple things. What are these multiple things? I don't know. So, because we have many options. So basically you can be the best at multiple countries, at multiple angles, at multiple creative formats, at multiple target audiences, many options. So basically this is 1K a day and this is 10K a day, okay? You're still shooting right in the center, but on multiple things, on multiple targets, right? It's not just one thing. And make no mistake, this is not the way we scale from 1K a day to 10K a day. So essentially we pick the exact same thing and we make it 10 times bigger. It's just gonna work, not gonna work. It's gonna break. So to just give you one example, let's say we are scaling this brand, Gleaming. Love the brand, really good ads, and they do a really good job. So this is, let's say with this ad, we are targeting the US. It's an image ad, image before and after, okay? And we're targeting, I mean, based on the model there, we're targeting women that are, I don't know, 30 to 45. Meaning who's gonna find this ad relevant? I guess women 30 to 45. And there's a specific angle or USP, which is spotless skin. Okay, so with this thing right here, I might be able to spend 1K a day and make 3 to 4K a day from Facebook, and then on Shopify, blended, this might be 5 to 7K per day, including organic, email, and other platforms. So with this, I can make 5 to 7K a day. Now, when this brand, in this example, would think, I want to scale to 10K a day in ad spend, what do you think they should do? Because the worst possible strategy would be 10x your daily budget using the same assets, just this image, spend 10 times more. So I don't know, create 10 CBOs that spend 1K a day each, and that's it. So this would not be the way to get there, because that's gonna cause a lot of problems. ROAS inconsistency, creative fatigue, audience overlap, like auction overlap. It's just the exact same thing. So there's no diversification on anything. So straight to the point, let's say 10K per day ad spend on Facebook ads. 3 ways we could do this. I guess there are more ways, and this is all about the expansion structure that you have to think on. So let's put it right here. Expansion structure. The structure will change from 1K a day to 10K a day. So option number 1, we would open new target audiences. So first we are selling to, let's say this is Maria, and this guy is Adam, and this lady right here is Anne. Okay, And Maria is a target audience that is 18 to 30 women. This is men who are, I don't know this guy, let's say 25 to 45. And then this is women that are 50 to 65. Okay, so we have three different personas here. So an example on how to get to 10K a day in ad spend would be thinking about an expansion of, I want to have in the account, the rule is going to be, I want to have 3 winning ads for Maria, 3 winning ads for Adam, and 3 winning ads for Anne. And each one of these targets is going to have different scaling campaigns. So for Maria, I'm gonna have, what's wrong here? What the fuck is this? Okay. Gotta change this and we're good to go. So for Maria, I'm gonna have my ABO testing campaign, and then I might have 2 CBOs, one CBO cost cap. And the same is gonna go for Adam, and the same is gonna go for Anne. So this would be a way to scale to 10K a day. The other way would be, okay, I don't wanna change my persona, and right now I'm selling in the US, so I'm gonna do an expansion into the UK, and I'm gonna do an expansion into the Germany. Cool. So if in the US I can spend 3K a day, let's try to spend 3K a day in the UK and 3K a day in Germany. And you will see that this implies a change in language, and it will also imply a change in, for example, if you depend on UGC video, you will have to hire somebody from the UK because the accent's different. And in Germany, the language is different. And how people look in Germany is quite different to how people look in the UK or the US. And also the way they like to be sold, the way they like to buy is also different. So it's gonna imply some differences. And the other way would be developing the 3 best angles instead of just one. So as I teach in many of my videos and to my the members of my coaching, we usually do an angle testing, which is a simple image like this with headlines. And imagine these images were all different, like we have 9 different images. Imagine that was the case. So when we run this angle test, usually when people are spending 100, 500 a day, something like this, my advice is to pick just one angle that has a really high CTR, a good CPM, and of course a pretty low CPC as a sign of initial interest, because the image is so simple that people will click because of the headline. So you would just pick the winning one and then develop it. I teach this in many of my videos. So the way to develop an angle is to expand the winning angle into different formats, find a winning format, and move that into a landing page like 5 reasons why and stuff like this. So now imagine you did that, you did this exercise, and you managed to get to 1K a day. Now you have to go back, and your account, to be able to spend 10K a day, will demand from you that you have more than one winning angle. So if you say, Manel, I only want to sell to women that are 40 plus, and I only want to sell in the US. Okay, then your expansion structure is gonna be through angles. So you will have to find at least 3 winning angles. So this is not a video about the ads manager and duplicate the Advantage Plus into a CBO because of the auction. This is fundamental principles that are actually going to be helpful to you. Just clicking buttons will depend on the account history, on your potential realistic target audience. Like if you're selling something that's very niche, the account structure is just going to be different if you're selling fashion to women, which is super broad. So there's no video on YouTube explaining how to scale to 10K a day. I've seen 2. I think one specifically, and the other one from 3 years ago. I think there are 2 videos that talk about this in YouTube. And it's very centered into the ad account. And the ad account, I think, comes later. First, you have to make a personal decision, business decision, as to what type of 10K expansion are you choosing? Angle, country, or target persona, or a combination. This will enable 10K a day. Because if you don't do this and you want to force the machine to spend 10K a day, as we said here, with just one ad in one country to one target persona with one angle, 10K a day, and you test CBO, Advantage Plus, cost cap, low bid cap, high bid cap, because on YouTube you saw that a guy was running low bid caps and they managed to scale to 10K a day. That's cool if you get that information from YouTube, but trust me, it's not gonna help you. I've done it time and time again, and for many, many years, and every single time it's been making one of these decisions. And also the other one, I mean, this can be done by product. So if you expand your product line, you will automatically be targeting a different persona, and you will automatically have different angles. So if you wanna, if with one product you can spend 1K a day on Facebook, theoretically with 3 products, you should be able to scale to 3K, or with increasing returns to scale, let's say, you might be able to spend 5 or 6K a day with 3 products. So these will be the 4 ways. Now, to give you the actual example, let's say this is a structure for 1K a day in ad spend, and maybe this is you right now. You're targeting, let's say, the US. You're targeting, we said this is Maria, and for Maria you have 3 winning ads, and this is fantastic. And maybe if you want to scale to 2K, you will need to have 5, 6, or 7 winning ads, but this is a limited strategy. So don't just focus on more winning ads. The people that tell you find more winning ads, as if this was the only scaling strategy, they probably do not spend 10K a day, or they've done it one time or 1 year or something like this. But if somebody hasn't been in business working with hundreds of brands, I've coached hundreds and hundreds of brands, and I usually see what it takes for the average person. Like, I see multiple people doing that, and I can extract a conclusion. Okay, so for the average person, we will be able to scale to 1K a day if we are doing X, Y, Z. Just more winning ads is not the solution. It is the solution to go from 1K to 2K a day in ad spend, probably, or to go from 200 a day in ad spend to 900 a day in ad spend. You're lacking winning ads, but after a certain stage, it's just not that. And as an example, this would be a developed example. Let's say this brand, or Gleaming, the example, we would say we want to expand from the US, we want to expand into the UK and Germany. That's already, like, we made the potential market way bigger. Okay. And we're going to be targeting Maria, Adam, and Anne. For each one of these personas, we're going to have 3 winning ads, 3 winning ads, 3 winning ads. But also, we're going to find these 3 winning ads in the UK. And maybe in the UK, the 3 winning ads are not going to be the same as in the US. And the same goes for Germany. The old ladies in Germany, maybe they do not like to buy, like the shopping experience, the shopping habits are not the same as the old lady in the US. So we have to find 3 winning ads that are just completely different to the ones in the US. So this takes time, effort, and strategy. And once we find this, with just this, you might be able to spend maybe 10K or 5K a day or something like this. Now, if we want to go even more wild, this is how it looks like. So this thing right here. This is like a solid strategy. So we would have case number 1, or ad account number 1. Let's say the US. For Maria, we have 3 winning ads per angle. So we realize that Maria likes to buy when we mention, I don't know, acne and glow. These are the 2 winning angles. And we decide to go for 3, for 2, to not make it too crazy. And then we would have winner, 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 winner. Okay, Maria in the US, done. Let's go to Adam. Adam likes to buy when we say testosterone and when we say masculine, let's say. Now for testosterone, we will have 3 winning ads. So first one could be an image, another image before and after, and then a video. And for masculine, we will have 1, 2, 3 winning ads. And the same goes for Anne. 2 winning angles, 3 winning ads. Now, this exact same exercise, we want to do it in the UK. 2 winning angles, 3 winning ads each. Same thing here. So, and the same would go for Germany. 2 winning angles, 3 ads. 2 winning angles, 3 winning ads. 2 winning angles, 3 winning ads. This is a lot of winning ads. But what I want to communicate to you right here is you need to start thinking into expansion. Not just one country, video works for me in the US, so I'm gonna scale this from 1K a day to 10K a day. No, no, no. Reframe it, change the mindset, and start thinking about structure. I'll just show you what we did here. So we have the US ad account, and then we have another account in the UK for this client. So I have it here. So this is an example of one winning angle, which was it's the, I don't have the ABO testing. Well, down below here you have an ABO testing, which is the general campaign. So from this one, we realized that beauty was the winning angle. So we moved this winning angle into 2 countries, okay? Different ad formats, which you can see right there. So we've got UGC for beauty. We made a landing page here, and we made another landing page here. We've got puffy eyes, dark circles, Botox, and that's it. So different angles. Of course, we have one CBO, one advantage, blah, blah, blah. The landing page that I mentioned, then we did UGC. So you kind of get the expansion, and then the goal was to move this whole thing into the UK. So we can do 2 countries, a landing page, a lot of ad formats, and that is it. So this will be a simple structure. Will this take me to 10K? At that point, it depends on the product that I'm selling and the potential buying market. And the way to expand these into another thing, depending on my strategy, could be go into Germany or add another angle. So beauty, which is angle number 1 plus angle 2. This will be the other strategy. And the other one would be like, for example, we're targeting women in that case, start targeting men. Or kind of separate young to mature women. So when we do a shooting, we're gonna hire 1 young model and 1 mature model. So we'll be targeting 2 different markets with 2 different messages. So this will be just an example. Do you get more or less how this allows you to spend much more money than this, and this allows you to spend much more money than this? This is thinking small. So it's business. You have to think in like big structure. Okay? Sip of water, and we keep on going. So once you build this thing up, okay, and you start, this requires a lot of testing, but don't just test for the sake of testing because somebody on YouTube is telling you testing is the number 1 thing. You test because you have a expansion strategy in mind. And when you test a new angle, that's because you're doing angle expansion. And from those angles, you will move them into a new country. And after that, you will start targeting a completely new audience. So Not sure why this is here, but just for the sake of proof. This was the last 30 days. Spent 200K in one account, ROAS 542, made 1 million to one of my clients. This whole scaling infrastructure that I teach and then that I personalize to the coaching clients that I have, this, after you understand this expansion, this makes a lot more sense, because the media buying in this case just allows you to manage that beast that you are creating to get to 10K. So this testing, optimizing, retargeting, but this is necessary, but it's not the fundamental key to spend 10K a day. Manual bidding, it will help you, but if you try to manual bid your way into 10K a day in ad spend with this little baby right here, I can guarantee you it's just not gonna work. Wave surfing and intraday scaling, fundamental if you wanna scale hard. So every moment that I go crazy in ad spend, we make a peak in revenue. Is it important to scale to 10K a day in ad spend? Yes. Troubleshooting, I will explain in 1 minute. For the ad creatives, we see a lot of testing. So of course, the research framework that I teach is fundamental. Angle testing, format testing, persona testing. You see how it makes sense now. And then content system. Without a content system, you don't get to 10K a day in ad spend consistently. Sales process. Of course, things will break and you'll have to fix them. Flash campaigns will allow you to scale further. Mindset is necessary, but the number one most important thing to stay at 10K a day in ad spend is finding and solving bottlenecks. And as I mentioned in the last video, this is the fundamental key of you being coached by an expert. You've got traffic bottlenecks and you've got conversion bottlenecks, and I explain it here with an example much better. So here's what I mentioned. At the end of the day, the most important thing is finding and solving bottlenecks. Because if you are spending 2K a day right now and tomorrow you spend 10K a day, something will break. I don't know which thing. It's actually an interesting analysis, but an analysis that would cost you a lot of money. But definitely something will break. And that thing that is breaking is the thing that you have to fix to get to the next level. So let's see here a quick example. And this is for you to understand what we do here. So whether it's a group coaching call or it's a one-on-one coaching call with me and you, this is usually what I do on a weekly basis, right? And also with the ad accounts that I operate, whenever I'm with the team and we're troubleshooting a problem, we're doing it now in the US, and we're looking for different solutions. What we do is find the bottleneck. Find the bottleneck, solve it, and then keep on expanding. Because we were trying to go to 10K, and we find this problem. And at this point, the ROAS goes down. So just to give you an example, coaching member joins the call. I can scale past 1K a day in ad spend. And I ask, why? He says, because at 2 to 3K a day in ad spend, my ROAS breaks. Understandable. Why? Because my CPC goes up. First of all, to realize this thing, you already need a correlation graph. This is in the reports on Facebook. You have to build it, but it's on the reports. It's very easy to do. So in this correlation graph, you're going to have two graphs. The above one is going to be the ROAS, and this one is going to be the, you have to do two. So this is ROAS, and this is ad spend. And then exercise number 2 is going to be ROAS, and then this one is going to be CPC. So here you say, man, everything was good, and all of a sudden my ROAS breaks. And you see that your ad spend was like this, and when you increased your ad spend, you see that there's correlation, that when you increase the ad spend, the ROAS goes down. But that's not enough. It does not solve anything. So now we see again that the ROAS is this, and it drops and it stays here. And then you see that your CPC was very low, and the moment that you scaled, it went up, and at this point it's not profitable. So we see again that there is correlation. Okay. So when I say, why does your CPC go up? They say, because my CTR goes down. You would do another one of these with ROAS and CTR, and you would see correlation again. And then I say, why? And they say, because I start reaching unqualified audiences. So this means that the incremental reach is not equal to new sales. Okay, so with new reach, you are not getting new sales. So every new person that you reach, every new 1,000 people, let's say, does not equal one purchase. And then I say, why? I'm not asking why all the time. Usually I give the answers, but this is just to make it conversational so everybody on YouTube can understand this. Why are you reaching unqualified audiences? Because I only run one ad format and I only have one winning angle. And I say, why? Because I don't find winning ads since January. What the fuck? And then I say, why? Because none of my ABO tests is working. Let's say we check the tests and they're testing irrelevant variables and they don't do any type of research. And they say, what can I do? And I say, weekly research habit. So you go into the online course, watch the 1 hour research module, but it's broken down into multiple modules, but more or less it's 1 hour, and you follow that every single week. You put it in the calendar every single week, 30 minutes of research. Then understand your customer state of awareness, because when you're targeting new people that are not ready to buy, you're not able to persuade them into buying anything. And then last one, leverage a broad mass desire and do not go so niche. More solutions, which would be the easy solutions. So this is fundamental principles. And then the easy solutions would be, you've got a winning angle, test a new ad format. You have a winning ad format, test a new angle. This is the easy one. These two solutions are not taking you to 10K a day, but these ones are solving issues quick, fast. And then these ones are fundamental principles you need to put in place to continue scaling. So this small thing that you say, I cannot scale past 1K, actually goes into you, like you get out of the call with new habits and new tasks to do and continue scaling. And this is an example from one of my close friends. He's also in the program. He did the renovation for another year, and scaling accelerator in action. It took him, 2 weeks, 1 week after a one-on-one coaching. Well, actually, story. He was like, I would like to renovate the program, like be in the program with you for 1 more year, if you can help me scale to 10K a day. This is the priority that I have right now. For context, this was March 31st. By, I think it's April 15th, he reached 15K a day. Not everything is beautiful and flowers and happiness, because now he's struggling with CTR and other stuff that I'm chatting with him to fix. But the point is, through one-on-one and us finding the bottleneck and giving him clear instructions into test these 3 things, whatever works from these 3 things, test, move it into this structure, then you text me and we figure out the next steps. We figure out the next steps and then he can push. So it is beautiful to do that, right? And fixing bottlenecks is not an easy thing to teach, because it's super complex and broad and it's so different for everybody, but it's a skill you need to develop. Find problems, deep problems. I'm not saying yeah, you cannot scale past 1K a day because your CPC goes up. You see, this is just the tip of the iceberg. You need to go deeper and find this thing. So, not an easy thing. But anyways, that's the video. The main concept that I want you to understand from the video, and then you can continue watching the other YouTube videos about if you have one winning CBO, you duplicate it and you put a cost cap, which is nice, but it's not really gonna allow you to scale, okay? I can tell you. I also do those videos, but this is really helpful. And you switching the mentality and opening new opportunities is gonna open that. Like if you're targeting young ladies and you start targeting more mature women, this is gonna make you more money in the long term than you being able to go from 1 CBO to 3 CBOs. And I understand having 3 CBOs short term will allow you to make more money and will allow you to spend more money on Facebook ads profitably. Yes. But can you triple your daily budget in 9 months by creating more CBOs? No. So don't just watch the little, clickbaity, simple strategy, tap buttons videos on YouTube. Also try to look for fundamental principles of people that have been doing that for many, many years. But anyways, this is the end of the video. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, put a comment with feedback, subscribe to the channel. That's also a really good thank you from you that I would appreciate. And if you need coaching, don't text me on Instagram. There's a link in the description of every single YouTube video with a landing page that breaks down every single thing that I offer when it comes to consulting, coaching, online course, community, whatever. Check that out, take your time, and then you can book a call with myself and discuss it. See you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.